So, as the President of the UN Security Council, I've been authorized to make the following statement on Iraq. The members of the Security Council deplored in the strongest terms the recent events in the city of Mosul in Iraq, where elements of the terrorist organization, the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, ISIL, have attacked Iraqi security personnel and civilians, taken over significant parts of the city, including the Turkish consulate and many government buildings, and displaced hundreds of thousands of people. The members of the Security Council also condemned the recent terrorist attacks that are being perpetrated against the people of Iraq in an attempt to destabilize the country and region. They expressed their deep condolences to the families of the victims, reaffirmed their support for the people and the government of Iraq, particularly those displaced by these terrorist acts, and reiterated their commitment to Iraq's security and territorial integrity. They expressed grave concern for the hundreds of thousands of individuals who have fled their homes seeking refuge in other areas of Iraq, and expressed gratitude to the host communities that have opened their doors to those seeking shelter and food. The members of the Security Council welcomed the government of Iraq's announced plans for a national unity meeting to bring together all of Iraq's people to combat terrorist threats and continue to encourage the government of Iraq, as well as Iraqi leaders from across the political spectrum, including the Kurdish regional government, to work together to promote stability in Nineveh province and to work with the United Nations Assistance Mission for Iraq and humanitarian agencies to ensure the delivery of urgently needed humanitarian relief. The members of the Security Council strongly denounced the taking of hostages at the Turkish consulate and insist on the immediate and safe return of all personnel. They condemned acts of violence against diplomatic and consular representatives which endanger or take innocent lives and seriously impede the normal work of such representatives and officials. The members of the Security Council reiterated that no act of violence or terrorism can reverse a path towards peace, democracy, and reconstruction in Iraq, underpinned by the rule of law and respect for human rights, which is supported by the people and the government of Iraq and international community. They remind states that they must ensure that measures taken to combat terrorism comply with all their obligations under international law, in particular human rights, refugee, and humanitarian law. The members of the Security Council also reminded member states of their obligation to implement and enforce the targeted financial sanctions, arms embargo, and travel ban imposed on ISIL and associated groups and individuals under the sanctions regime pursuant to resolutions 1267 and 1989. It has been the text of the press statement which was adopted today by members of the Security Council.
Ambassador, you have words of condemnation there, but what about talk of any action? Is there anything you can do to help remove ISIL?
Well, we'll be discussing the situation in Iraq tomorrow in the Council. We'll see what suggestions can be made in this regard. Now, I would like to invite the Permanent Representative of Iraq to make a few comments and to talk to you. Thank you.